just be as big and annoying and ugly as possible.
Sounds good. And Melton, you've seen these before. They're in the Underdark, so you've seen dwarves seem to really kind of like these in Gracklestug. They use these a lot for beasts of burden and things. So. Alrighty, Stig.
I'll swing at it with the spiritual weapon.
Alrighty. Hits. Nice.
And then I will toll the dead.
Alrighty. Alright, it fails.
Now I'll move up for William.
Alrighty, he steps up.
Go.
William.
William says thank you, and he gets his +2.
Alrighty, sounds good.
And yeah, he'll great weapon attack again.
Alright. He misses again.
He is just not
I'm gonna peek around and be like, hey, I got close for that.
That's a hit. Nice. Alright, for the owl.
Val's doing an aerial recon.
Alrighty, checking out the area. Everybody's in place. Anything else for the owl?
That's it for the owl.
Alright. Harshnag kind of yells at it a little bit and then gets distracted by the owl flying by. Melton?
Harshnag sucks. Melton's going to sharpshooter.
Alright.
He's going to load a bolt.
Alrighty.
And fire away.
That's a hit. Nice shot. Let's do it. It does. So the creature immediately kind of falls down to the ground, landing on the ground. As it does, you see kind of both steam as well as ice kind of forms on the ground, and the creature just sort of lays there.
Yeah, what was that? I've never seen one of those before.
Yeah, me either.
Harshnag says, I don't know.
Relenia will go over and snuggle up against Barry.
Those tentacles just don't flatter you at all, Relenia. Just move over behind William.
Don't blame you.
Yes, search this area, see if we find anything.
Yeah, so as you kind of look around, you do see that where the creature initially came from, which was over here, there's a what appears to be somewhat like a nest that's kind of covered or coiled up in the area where it looked like it kind of moved back and forth. You see that there's benches that are arranged like I talked about. Again, this looks probably like it was a place that would have dinner and whatnot. You do see that on the southernmost slab, again, where the weapon's at, you also see there's large bowls that are kind of stacked up on themselves. These bowls are quite big, probably about 3 feet in diameter, and they're black and appear to be possibly like old beaten green and black with age, and probably like made of copper that you think. There's also some goblets there as well. You see the one at the northernmost table where you guys are at, they're kind of all knocked over, kind of creating a mess on top of the table. But otherwise, the only thing that you're really seeing here is that great axe as well as this beautiful statue that you're looking at here.
Relenia Dogmole will search around. She's got blind sight, so she'll just kind of search for secret rooms or holes in the floor or anything just out of the ordinary.
So as you do that, you recognize that right around the fire pedestal itself, there's these sort of passageways that are little tunnels, probably about maybe half a foot or a foot in diameter. There's 7 of them that go down, and it goes down about 30 feet or so, and then there's a large cavern underneath here, and there appears to be a liquid that's in there. And as you guys look at it, you see that the fire is just kind of shooting up out of these little holes, almost as if like a gas burner. Arshnag continues to kind of walk through and kind of picks up things off the table and sets them down and kind of looks around and says, long time since he's been used. The statue itself is what appears to be a statue of one of the looks like storm giants that's there. It appears to be kind of sitting there just sort of looking out amongst the rest of the people that are at the table. It's almost as if like a mom or a dad's kind of supervising if people were eating type of thing. You do see sconces along the walls similar to the other ones that you had seen before that are in each one of those little alcoves that you see that's marked.
So the weapon is on this slab right here?
It is, yep. Arshnag reaches over and he kind of picks it up and he kind of lifts it in his hand and he says, I don't think this could really be used as a weapon. I suppose it could be, but I don't know. Seems more ornate.
Romania she'll go back to the other room, try to get the most out of her form, and do the same in this room. Kind of search around, look for crevices or holes or anything hidden.
Yep, exactly. So with your blind sight, you recognize that there is rooms over there, and then that entire north wall is an entire room on the other side.
Okay.
Arshnag, can you pick that that weapon up and put it back on the statue?
So he does. He picks it up and carries it with ease, of course, and kind of walks over and stands at the statue, and he kind of goes to set it down in the hands, and he looks and he says, the same symbol on this guy's chest is over there, and he kind of points to the altar. And you see that there's a small engraving of an amulet hanging around his neck that shows the symbol of ice, which is the bottom right picture. He sets the weapon on the person on the statue's hands and sort of steps back.
Is there a way the mole can communicate to their secret places around here? Or?
I don't know. Relenia?
I'll just kind of go over to the bottom right. Or did our tokens just disappear?
They did. That's weird. Oh, you know what I did? It was probably me.
We're all invisible.
You're all invisible. All right, there you go. I put you all back on there. I think I went to delete one and I deleted them all.
These are stone floors, you had said?
They are. It's granite floors, yep, and the walls are granite
and
as well.
She'll just kind of scratch on the wall like a dog needing to go out to the bathroom.
All right, I'll maybe take that hint, and I'll go over there and search.
Yep, and you see what appears to be a large, about 20 feet by 30 feet portal or secret door that's there.
Do I see a way to activate it?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, we'll try to activate it.
All right, so you see Melton kind of jumping up, trying to reach this lever that's pretty high. Arshnag comes over and picks him up, and then you're able to reach it because it's about 10 feet up. And you activate that lever, and it immediately the door kind of slides open, and you see a small, well, a large room to you, but a small room for a giant necessarily. Kind of opens up, and it appears to be covered in ice as well, and appears to be what looks like possibly a small guard room. There's no windows at all. And as you kind of walk in and look around, you see another large lever on the wall in the up position and frozen in ice feet. This lever is in the down position, however.
I don't know if we should fool with these and drop more stones.
I think this one's for the portcullis. Because it's in the down position, right next to it.
Is it frozen too?
It is frozen.
We already got a way in. No reason to. We don't have to.
We didn't find anything in the southern room, so maybe we try the northern room and see if we get any clues.
Okay.
All right. So I assume you're going to take some time and burn the door again, or melt the door, I should say.
Oh, I was talking about this other secret door.
Oh, that secret door. I apologize. Yep, so you do the same thing, and you immediately find out that the room is exactly the same with the same lever in the same position.
I guess we'll go to the north then.
All right, sorry. So we take a few minutes to kind of work on that door. I assume everybody's just going to kind of be looking around or whatnot. Anybody else going to do anything different while we're waiting?
If Harshnag isn't going to help, I'll have him touch the runes in order again.
Okay, gotcha. So he kind of goes over and he kind of follows the runes in order as we had discussed with Relenia helping with the symbols that you guys remember. And he touches each rune with his hand, and I see like probably Relenia's taking the little tentacles of the nose and pointing to each one with the tentacles. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll try to communicate as best I can as like they speak out the creature, or the giant type. I'll point to the symbol.
Okay, and as you guys do that, Barry he looks over to you and he says, "That is kind of creepy, isn't it?" And he touches
I know, right?
Yeah, that's weird. I'm not comfortable, but he continues to go back and forth and kind of touches. He says, "No offense, little one," but he touches each one, and he says, "Touching doesn't seem to work. It seems like you're on the right idea, though. Must be more clues somewhere, right?"
Probably.
Maybe you gotta say them in order with friend at the end.
Okay, so he repeats it, saying, ice or frost giant or ice, and says each of the ones with friend at the end, and nothing seems to happen. The door now is unmelted on that one door that's there. Harshnag just sits there kind of rubbing his long beard, kind of contemplating the runes that are there.
Did we do it? We did it in the ordning order?
We did, yep. He did it in the ordning order. Unless you want to do it backwards, but...
Or what if we do it in the... Or however I can communicate to that, I'll run to each of the statues. Are they in the ordning order?
They're not. Yeah, they're not in the order.
All right, well, I'll run to each statue and paw at it, run to the next one, paw at it, run to the next one.
Okay. And
kind of starting with the hill giant and working counterclockwise, and just try to give them the idea maybe they're in the order of how they're in this room.
Okay, all right, gotcha. So so you kind of do that, and he gets it. He understands, and so he kind of he says, "Oh, okay, I gotcha." And he says, "Start with this one first."
Yeah, and I'll jump up and down and rub on his leg.
Like, all right, I'll do that. So he does, he's like, "And you want me to go?" And he kind of points to this one here, and then he says this one, and this one, and then this one, and then this one, that way, or do you want me to go the other way?
Yeah, start with the hill.
Okay.
Go to the fire.
All
go
right.
counterclockwise.
Yep, gotcha. So he nods. He's like, I get it. Okay. And so he does it with the hill. He does it with the fire. He does it with the frost. He does it with the cloud. Actually, that's probably cloud. This one's probably storm. But he does it with whichever one that should be. He does it with that one. He does it with the other one. And nothing seems to happen. He says, yeah, go ahead.
Maybe we gotta touch the amulets on the statues or something in order.
He says, I can't take the amulets off.
Can we touch them or something?
So he he reaches up and he touches the amulet and he says,
We can remove the weapons, though.
He says, yeah. So he takes the weapon from the frost giant. Oh. You mean take the weapon and touch it to the rune?
Oh, that's a good idea.
He kind of goes over and he says, all right. And he takes the frost giant rune. He says, so I put it against the frost giant rune, right?
Are you a frost giant?
Yeah. Should I do... Oh, maybe
yes.
I shouldn't do the frost... Oh, it's okay for me to do the frost giant one?
Hold on. 30 seconds.
Okay, he waits.
Now go.
Okay. He's like, he looks down to Releni. He says, hang on, buddy. And he immediately kind of reaches down and touches that against it. And as he does that, immediately lightning and thunder kind of strikes across the front of that the portal, and you kind of hear this rolling thunder and lightning. He sort of steps back and he kind of reaches down and grabs quickly Relenia and kind of picks up Relenia too, and kind of steps back. And after about a minute or so of that happening, the mist slowly starts to clear, and as it does, you see a large portal room. In that room itself, you see what appears to be a hexagonal chamber whose walls rise 50 feet before tapering to a 90-foot apex. Standing in each corner of the room is a life-size statue of a giant holding up a heavy iron lantern with one raised arm. Each type of the giant is represented: a hill, a stone, a frost, a fire, a cloud, and a storm. Stone and storm. A cold magical light radiates from each lantern, illuminating a giant corpse lying in the center of the floor beneath a shroud of frost in the middle of the room. The corpse looks like it's been here for some time, preserved by the cold. Next to the body rests a giant frost-covered morning star.
I'll try to high-five Harshnag.
Melton will send his owl through first.
Alrighty, sounds good. So the owl kind of flies in there. Harshnag reaches over, he says, "Good thinking, little one."
Hey, it was your idea to touch it to the rune.
I just thought that's what you wanted me to do. He's like, it was your idea for the weapon. He kind of sets the weapon back in. Comes back. He says, okay. He comes through. He stands here at the edge. He's like, do we go in?
Melton, you going to see if there's anything with your owl first?
Yep, that's what I did. Did my owl see anything?
So the owl kind of flies through the room and doesn't really see anything that's threatening or dangerous, pretty much exactly what I described. However, the owl does, you are able to see that underneath the center of the room where the dead body is laying of the corpse of the giant, he sees runes that are inscribed in a circle around the center of the room where he's lying.
William looks at you and says, "You bunch of chickens," and he walks on through.
So as William walks through the opening there, you see he immediately steps through, and it looks like as he does, his body sort of shimmers for a minute as he walks through that area where the wall was, that you could feel. And then you see him on the other side, and it's almost like for a minute there, he kind of like almost disappeared and then reappeared on the other side, but not quite. You know what I mean? He just had that sort of little shimmer that was there. You saw that with the owl, too, when it flew through.
Melton will go on through.
Alrighty. Sounds good. And so as Melton kind of goes on through, Melton, you kind of feel sort of this weird sensation, almost as if time stopped for a second, and then as you step through, you're able to look back and everything feels normal. It almost felt like everything sort of stopped around you.
He's going to go over here and search the body.
Okay. So immediately, as soon as you get close to the body, all of a sudden you see a large what appears to be translucent body starts to kind of come up. You see the head of this creature that's laying on the floor kind of rises up. You see that his arm rises up, and his arms are both sides of him. He stands up about 40 feet tall. Harshnag immediately kind of pulls up the great axes, getting ready to sort of take an attack position. And this is kind of what you see as that occurs.
Melton runs away.
All right. It continues to kind of rise up, and as it sort of gets to a large position, it kind of looks around the room and then looks to you and says, "My friends, wait, where am I? Hello? Hello?" And then he kind of looks over, and he sort of nods towards Harshnag. "Friend."
Who are you?
Elegron. Wait, he looks around, he's like, "Where's my father? I don't see my father."
Who's your father?
Lygothus?
I've never heard of him.
No? He's a giant. Maybe you don't know a lot of... I see you have a giant here, but maybe you don't know my father. He's not here. Dad, why'd you do that, Dad? I don't understand.
What did he do?
Kind of looks down, he says, "It's like he killed me." And he kind of is just sort of looking down at the ground, at the corpse that's laying on the ground.
Why would he do such a thing?
We came here to talk to the Eye of Anam, the Oracle. He wanted to find out what was going on, and the Oracle told us there was a great upheaval. It would upset the balance, would destroy the Ordning, giving the Giants all an opportunity to win respect and change their position. I told Dad that we couldn't do this. I said we can't do it. And my dad wanted to impress the gods. He wanted to earn their favor. And I came here to talk to the Oracle, and I said I don't want to. And I wanted to kind of get out from my dad's shadow. He's not a good man. But my dad heard me asking the questions. I thought it was just me, and he fought me in this chamber. We fought for hours and killed me.
Well, your father got what he wanted. The Ordning's been broken.
Oh. Sorry. The Oracle said it would happen. I don't know why you're here, but maybe the Oracle can help you.
Where is the Oracle?
Oh, it's here. It's in this room. Have you already contacted it?
No, we just got here.
I'm happy to help, but I just ask a favor, if you could.
If we can, what can we help you with?
Kill my father. He doesn't deserve this. Why would he kill me? It's like, I'm sorry. Can't believe you'd do that to me. I'll help you, but if you can... He doesn't deserve this. Why would he desecrate this place?
Yeah, I think we should kill him. Did he leave? Did you die with any good loot?
He looks to you, and his eyes kind of looks right down at you, and he says, "You see my loot. I'm here. I have my Morning Star and my armor. But you, little one, can't use that. Maybe the giant, but nobody else in this room." You feel a large bite of tentacles wrapping around your leg and a playful bite on your leg.
Ow!
He kind of looks around and he says, "Hey, when I came in, I stood in the center of the circle and I just drew the symbol, the rune on the ground, and the king rune, and I spoke the words that are written here."
Well, I don't speak giant. What are the words?
He goes, "Akukakjichuka." And for the people that can speak giant, recognize it says, "Ask your question and know the truth."
He said, "Ukak."
Ah, nice. Close, my son. It was pristine, perfect. And he says, you can ask questions for the Oracle. The Oracle will answer each question, and will only answer so many a day, I heard.
Do you think your father is responsible for the ordning being broken?
I don't know.
Is he that powerful?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he could take on a god. That just seems unheard of. And I don't know how he would do it. He said he had ways. He knew of ways. He thought. But I don't know. I'm not sure where he's at.
And this guy's a frost giant?
He actually looks like a cloud giant.
Okay.
Kind of has that wispy hair, kind of similar to what you had seen with Zephyros.
Well, William's going to pull out his rod and see if that armor's made out of adamantine or the maze.
All right, sounds good. So he kind of walks over and kind of waves, or kind of stands there and kind of waves the rod a little bit, and it now points back to the trident that I forgot earlier, and it points towards Barry. Actually, I take that back. It doesn't point towards the trident. It only points towards Barry.
That makes no sense.
What's the range of that rod? I think it says in the description.
No, I'll go look.
Relenia fights Melton again. That's awesome.
Wasn't Melton, that was William that
time. All right, yeah, every full moon he's going to turn into a mole.
Oh, no, we're going to put an end to that right now.
So he sort of kind of just sort of stands there in his form and whatnot, sort of looking, and then you see after, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, he slowly starts to kind of fall back into that corpse that's there. And after about 15 seconds or so, he disappears.
Wow.
William's going to search his body.
Alrighty. So
as you were, not William, but Melton. Yeah. He don't care.
Melton. All right, gotcha. So as you search, you do see that he's kind of frozen to the ground, and there's ice that's completely sort of encased him. But you do see that he does have that breastplate armor that's on, and the Morning Star, which is frozen to the floor. Around the floor, you do see exactly what I had talked about. There's a large circle that's around the floor. You don't see any ruin there, but you do see the script that's kind of written around the edge.
Is that, I guess it's giant size, both of them.
Yep, it is.
Melton suggests to Harshnag maybe you could take the Morning Star and the armor off of it. Maybe you can use it.
Harshnag kind of looks and he says, "I would never take armor from a fallen man. He needs to be buried with it."
Well, he's not a fallen man. He's a fallen giant, so you can take it.
He says, "No, I'll bury him."
Could you move him so we could read the script, Harshnag?
Arshnag kind of reaches down and he starts to kind of work on that ice, trying to pull and kind of chips away at it and whatnot. And after about 5 or 10 minutes, he's able to get enough. And as he pulls, you can see sort of, unfortunately, some of the flesh kind of stays to the ground as he pulls it off, and kind of pulls it to the side. But for the most part, the body has moved away, and you do see there's a large ruin on the floor. A ruin that you guys have not seen in Verlenia. In your book, you were kind of looking for the ruins that you saw. You thought maybe it was in there, but you're not sure what the rune means.
I'll burn it. I'll burn it into my
your mind?
mole dog memory, so that when I turn back into human form, I can look it up.
Super. Sounds good.
Is that the ruin that the ghost just told us about?
He did describe.
What did he call it?
He called it the King Ruin.
The King Ruin.
Yeah. Yeah. So wow. It's the. It's the King Ruin, also known as the Kong Ruin. I never caught that till right now, but
King Kong.
Yes, that's exactly correct. It's Kong Ruin, but it means king in giant. So, anyways, so it is a ruin that's there, and he talked about a King Kong Ruin. Yes. Thank you, Chris Perkins, again.
Well, Melton, you understood when he the words that he said for activating it?
Yeah, it was like Wonder Twin powers activate.
Well, if we do it and we activate it, then we could talk to the Oracle and maybe find out what's going on.
Okay, I'll say what he said. I don't remember what it is. Urok.
Right. Or in Giant, you say...
ask your question, know the truth.
And know the truth.
Yes. As that happens, you hear a voice that kind of sort of thunders throughout the cavern, and the voice goes, "Question?"
Yes. Where is all the loot at?
Oh my gosh.
The loot is here, it's there, it's everywhere. And you see one of the lanterns goes out.
Well, that didn't answer my question.
Well, before we ask any more, you asked one question and one of the lanterns went out. So probably means we only have 5 more questions.
Well, what do you want to ask?
How did the ordning get broken?
That doesn't tell us where the loot's at, though.
And you hear, Anam, the All-Father, the greatest of all gods, broke the ordning to rouse his children from their complacency. Another lantern goes out.
I'm sorry, I don't want to say anything out loud.
Actually, well, that's okay. That's all right. I gave it to you, but you would have to be in the circle to ask that question. So you may have asked it outside the circle and then stepped into the circle and asked, and that's how you got the answer.
Okay, sure.
All right.
So Melton looks around and he looks at the mole and says, "Why did you bite me?"
And you hear the voice say, "All animals bite," and a third light went out.